Hello, my friend Brian King here. I just finished talking to a new client, and one of the topics of discussion was something that is absolutely critical when you are trying to be productive when you have ADHD, and that is minimizing distractions. We live in a world that's noisier than ever with the 24-hour news cycle, all of the notifications and the alerts. And one of the biggest gremlins, and this has also been an issue for me over the years, is my smartphone, my iPhone here. Whether it's an iPhone, it's a Samsung, doesn't matter. If it is something that is constantly robbing your attention, then you need to do something about it. And by that, I mean something that is constantly interrupting your flow. Whether you have it on vibrate or you have a sound or cute little ringtone, when you have ADHD, every distraction costs you something because it is so difficult to focus that if there's an alert and then you shift your attention, only to realize, oh, this can wait till later, or this is just a spam call. Let me get my attention back to what I was doing. That transitioning back and forth can be exhausting. And it's cumulative. It adds up throughout the day. And before you know it, your brain is foggy. It's harder to concentrate. You don't know why you're so tired. And a big part of that may not necessarily be because you've been working so hard to focus. A big part of that is because you've been fighting distraction all day. And one of the biggest things, as I mentioned, is the phone. Now, fortunately, as far as iPhone goes, the upgrades and the features have made the possibility of having your cake and eating it too when it comes to the phone. And I'm going to share a link to an article underneath this video that explains how to do this. But the gist is this. If you want to minimize distractions and make your phone basically only ring with the calls you care about, this is how you do it. First, get an app called RoboKiller. There's nothing in it for me to recommend this. It's just something I use. It's a paid app that has this phenomenal database of spam callers. And what RoboKiller does is it will detect these and you won't even hear the phone ring. It'll just grab the call and it'll block it. Then there's a log that gives you the opportunity to say, no, I actually want to hear from these people. So you can then allow those calls to come through. There is the do not disturb feature, which basically silences all alerts. It doesn't mean that they won't come through. It just means that they won't buzz or beep, so you won't be distracted. So that is something I highly recommend. However, the do not disturb also prevents you from getting alerts from calls from people that you want to hear from, unless, and this is where the article comes from that I'm going to be sharing with you, unless you add those people to your favorites list and also go in the do not disturb feature of your phone and enter exceptions. So you can say do not disturb except for my significant other, my kid's school, my work, the calls that you absolutely must get, and also the calls that chances are you're not hearing from every 5 minutes. So it allows you to minimize the noise, the stuff you don't want to hear, while still getting the stuff you do want to hear. Now, only if our brains could filter that well. Can't have everything, right? But we can do that stuff with our phone. This is one more reason I believe that the Apple engineers are people just like us, because they design things so beautifully for the challenges that we have. So if you want to minimize distractions, start with your phone. Get to know it, learn the tech so that you can block out the stuff that you don't want while getting the few things that you do want. So that's what I wanted to share with you this morning. Hopefully this is helpful. If so, let me know. And feel free to share it with somebody that you know spends way too much time picking up the phone every time a notification goes off. And until next time, this has been Brian. Thanks for being you.